Alright, okay. Okay, hello everybody and welcome to Deleted Sarcasms 2015 Game of the Year episode. If you're what you're seeing right now, this beautiful sunset sailing through the ocean is in fact the #1 game of the year. You cannot play a better game, but we're going to talk about a lot of games here today and kind of show you, what 2015 looked like for the gaming universe. Dylan's here with me. We're going to talk about a few games. We're going to talk about Battlefield Hardline. We're going to talk some Witcher 3. We're going to talk some Destiny Taken King, Fallout 4, and of course, Star Wars Battlefield.
And Goat Simulator.
No, we're not. We're not talking about Goat Simulator. That some things about 2015 are best left forgotten. And that is one of them.
We've limited our list to only games that we have both played. So if you see some titles that you think should be on there that aren't, that is why.
Yeah, so Battlefield Hardline came out in March, and I thought I played the beta of that, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden, like the more I played it, it just seemed kind of like the less fun it got. It seemed like I was getting killed a lot more often with a lot more kind of cheap kills. It was just you're just dying all the time from nothing. Just getting shot through walls to getting blown up through different things, and having enemy teams lock areas down, and it just it got really annoying. And again, this is another one of those times where you saw the good players, and in this part, I really don't know if they were good as much as they were abusing the game. So there was a big problem with the weapons. They were not balanced at all, and it was really, really hard to play the game, and you couldn't. It was again one of those times where the game needs to be fun for anyone at any time, and it was only fun for the people that have devoted their life to playing it and play it every single day. And with no balancing and no matchmaking, it kind of ruined the experience. And once again, a game that we stepped away from. But I had a few good memories from it, and a few funny things that happened to me. But in the end, I moved on to greater games.
So now, although technically some people will say that this is not actually a game and that it's just DLC or that some other stupid thing, I don't know. People are entitled to their stupidity as well as their opinions. But I would like to mention Destiny Taken King. Yeah, so it is an expansion pack to the original Destiny game, but it did come out this year, and it really just made Destiny an entirely separate game from what it was.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I've still heard people bagging on Destiny, saying like, "Oh, I wanted to play that game, but it was just too much of a grind." Blah blah blah. I'm like, well, actually, it's completely changed now, and like you should really give it another try because it's not what you think it is. And yeah, it's kind of hard, obviously, to get people to understand that, but in the end, they really did a good job. So yeah, it's really awesome. The new raid is great. The new leveling system is great. It's easy to understand.
Okay, so now this brings us to the game that I'm sure all of you are probably playing right now. Now, if you're not playing this game because you're watching this video, we will perfectly understand it if you wanted to stop watching the video to go and play this game. It is Fallout 4. Now, the last Fallout game was New Vegas, and the one before that was Fallout 3. Both of these games absolutely fantastic, but they were skeletons to what they should be. And Fallout 4 is it's the full package. It is like everything that you would hoped to have been in a Fallout game, as well as things you could have never dreamed of. It just, every time I play it, I feel like crying because it is just such a beautiful thing that exists in our world. It has set all the elements of an RPG that you can really want. In Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, you only had that like one piece of armor that would cover your torso, legs, and arms, and then a helmet that was separate from that. Fallout 4, you have a full suit of armor, so all our fans of old-fashioned RPGs where you do have to equip a full suit of armor will enjoy that. There's, custom weapon mods that you can apply. You can, do cooking. You can make drugs. I mean, everyone, like, I know I make drugs all the time in real life, and the fact that I can do that in a video game is just really amazing. So there's all the modding, and then there's no level cap either, which, like, that is probably about the greatest thing to ever be in an RPG, is there not being a level cap, because this way you never really, like, you can always keep playing the game. There's always something to work towards. You never catch the dragon. I need to stop talking about drugs. Husker fan, have anything to say about Fallout 4?
I really like it. I think it's a great game. Did a lot of great things. So for all of Fallout 4's greatness, it's not the same kind of RPG as Witcher, and Witcher's just a lot more beautiful and a lot more engrossing to play.
So with Witcher 3, the characters in it were a lot more lovable than they are in, say, Fallout 4. You feel like you get a lot more attached to the characters and, like, their stories, and, like, your character, Geralt, yes. Your character Geralt, like, he knows a lot of the characters from past games and from past adventures. And even though that is a thing, you still feel like getting to know the characters that are there, and, like, the history, and, like, talking to them and interacting with them in whatever method you kind of want. And something that's cool about it is, whereas most RPGs, like, you meet a character, you talk to them, you never see them again. Whereas with Witcher 3, the characters continuously popped up. Like, you'd complete a quest line with a character, and then later on, like, that character is another, like, just a extra person in a quest line, and, like, you remember them, your character actually remembers them, and you can talk to them in, regards to, like, and then, depending on what your attitude to them would have also changed the way that they generally act. And so, like, just, the way the story is set up and the way the characters are set up, it's a lot more enriched universe than Fallout 3. I mean, than Fallout 4 with, its characters that, are good, but just kind of 2D. It seemed like a lot of things that were kind of wrong with that had kind of happened to RPGs, Witcher kind of fixed. And then also Witcher had Gwent, which is just the greatest thing. Okay, so Star Wars Battlefront. We played that game religiously when we were extremely young and had it on the PlayStation 2 and had to play side by side with each other. And then, they never made another. They had Battlefront and Battlefront 2, but they never made another one after that. And basically, that because of that, like, part of gaming just was missing from our lives. Like, there is a hole in our hearts that just could not be filled by any other games. And then Arts decided they didn't need Star Wars anymore, and EA got a hold of the gaming rights to the Star Wars franchise. First thing they did was they decided to make a Battlefront game, and it came out. And although it isn't what we remembered it from, it is still very much Star Wars, and there isn't really much more you can ask for. Anytime a new piece of Star Wars comes out, you always are worried that it's not going to be Star Wars. Well, Star Wars Battlefront, it very much is Star Wars. I mean, when you shoot someone with a laser, it feels like you're actually in the Star Wars, like whenever you're running around the battlefield and there's lasers flying everywhere, a spaceship, flies over you and peppers the ground with laser blasts, and then, an ATST walker, marches by you. Like, it just, you look around and it's just like, this is the Star Wars universe that, you've always known. And so they could have done a lot of things wrong with it.
Yeah, there's been there's been a few times where I've had like non gamer people over, and I have showed them that. And like when you are like walking out of a cave where you spawned, or a hangar, where you spawn, and you like look at the horizon, and there's TIE fighters shooting at X-Wings, X-Wings shooting at TIE fighters, there's an AT-ST killing a group of people, there's an orbital strike blowing up something over there, and you just see like all these guys, and they're all humans, and they're all running around. It's just really quite epic looking, and it's really amazing. So yeah, definitely a big feat. Exactly what I wanted. And I'm really happy that it turned out, because they could have messed it up. They didn't. It couldn't have turned out better. Really love what DICE did with it.
Okay, now although Husker Fan wishes to give his game of the year to Witcher 3, I think Goat Simulator definitely earns my game of the year without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, how many games can you play? How many games can you play and just be a goat? Just the feeling you get whilst a goat. It's a very empowering feeling. I mean, like, you can run around and be awesome in Fallout, and kill a bunch of people, or, be, a awesome Witcher and, kill griffins and such. But when you're doing all that stuff, you just have to ask yourself, are you a goat? And no, you are not.
Yeah, definitely not. Husker Fan does not condone the playing of Goat Simulator on any day of the year, and I would especially not recommend anybody spend money on it. Oblivion.
I bought it twice, once on PC and once on PlayStation 4. So, no, I'm actually joking about the Goat Simulator thing. My actual game of the year is definitely Gwent, which is the card mini game that is played within the universe of Witcher 3. So definitely buy Witcher 3 and just play Gwent is definitely worth the $60. So, without a shadow of a doubt, Gwent for the win. In fact, at one point in Witcher 3, the game was quite difficult for me to progress in, and so to I was going to just quit playing it because it wasn't fun, it was too difficult, but then I realized I was actually continuing to play the game just to find new people to play Gwent against. So, definitely Game of the Year 2015, Gwent.
Yeah. Gwent is an amazing game. Loving pastime. I love talking to people that have not played it, and that played Witcher, and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't get into that. And I'm like, wow, you really need to go back and learn how to play that, because it's one of the most amazing parts of the game.
It's like eating food but not tasting it.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun all the time. Just love spending time playing Gwent on people. It's even relaxing, something to do before you go to bed or whatever. You've been playing for a while, and maybe the last hour you're just gonna go ahead and devote to Gwent. So,
all right then, I think that just about wraps it up for the 2015 year. 2016 is hopefully going to be an even bigger year with even bigger releases, and going to be a lot funner. That's one thing that as a gamer you can always hope. No matter how good one year is, you always hope that the next year is better. And so I haven't really looked to see what awesome games are coming out next year, but I have high hopes for 2016 because it's an even year, and I think even years do better than odd years.
Yep, definitely. I think first game that I'm looking forward to is Far Cry Primal, so should be great.
Are you going to call it your game of the year now?
Yeah, prematurely, I'm calling Far Cry Primal the Caveman game, the my 2016 game of the year.
Okay, we're gonna replay this clip for our next year's episode and see if it's accurate. All right then. So yeah,
Yep.
thanks for watching and making it through the episode. Bye.
Bye.